What's going on, TTC? It's the new Rob Report. Good Wednesday morning. I just want to touch on a couple of things here this morning. One being the Kansas City Chiefs, and the second being this Vikings vidmaker, Stereo84. I think it's 84. Man, I've been seeing a whole lot of debate about the Kansas City Chiefs. And you got to give them credit where credit's due. The Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated. Undefeated. And you can't argue with that. When a team is undefeated, you just can't argue with it. There was a point, now, in my opinion, the Chiefs haven't really beaten anyone all that impressive yet. Their impressive wins, should they win, are coming up here pretty soon. You know, they got to play Denver twice. They got to play San Diego twice. Got to play some other folks too. See, now they've already racked up 9 wins, so they're doing well. When it comes to beating teams that you're supposed to beat, they've done it. And they've been fortunate enough to have those games early in their season. And actually, let me take a step back. It's only as of now that you realize that the teams they were supposed to beat, because at the beginning of the season, no one thought they would have beat some of the teams they beat already. So that's only part. I guess it's only a partially accurate statement. But I remember back when Seattle was 13-3. They told us that the only reason that we were 13-3 is because we didn't play nobody. At that time, the rest of our division was pretty weak, so that meant that 6 of our games were going to be, you know, easy wins, right? But they don't want to give us credit for beating Washington or Carolina, because what, they weren't good teams? They had to beat anybody to get to the Super Bowl? Well, I don't want to be one of those folks, but I'm just not sure that Kansas City is that elite of a team. So I'm counting on Kansas City losing their first playoff game, assuming they make it, obviously. When you're 9-0, it's hard to not make the playoffs when you're 9-0. But Dwayne Bowe, who knows what's going to happen with Dwayne Bowe? I'm sure you guys heard Dwayne Bowe got busted. He got pulled over for speeding, and then got busted with fucking two containers of weed. One had about 7 grams in it, and the other one had 3 or 4 grams in it, something like that. Obviously, just a personal amount, but yeah, that's a lot even for a personal amount. It's a lot for a personal amount. I mean, that's not like a 20 sack. That's like $120 worth of weed. But hey, so I'm sure he's going to spend some time off the field. I guess I've been reading up, or I've been listening to the sports radio. They say that typically a marijuana possession penalty is a 1-game suspension. He hasn't failed the drug test yet, so they can't bust him for that yet. But Dwayne Bowe's going to be sitting out sooner or later, and that could be pivotal. You might go back to one of my way back videos I did. I think it was 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when the Chiefs started off their season 4-0, and everybody was on Kansas City's jock, and they went on to lose their next so many. And then it was like, oh, the Chiefs. And I made a pretty funny video. I was like, the Chiefs? Like, yeah, they're 4-0, but the Chiefs? Yeah, I think they might have went 5-0 before they lost, but either way, they tanked. not saying I think that's what they're going to do this time, but I'm going to say I, for one, am not sold on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go out and say that. I am not sold on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're having a great year. They've beat teams that, after the fact, we've realized that really they should have beaten, you know, them being as good as they are. But I'm still not sold on them. That's all I got to say about that. Now, Stario84. I think it's 84. Stario something. Stario 89. Whatever. This guy, I never heard of him before, but I haven't heard of a lot of people. But this guy, I don't even know how I found him. I don't know, because I wasn't following him. I think in my Google Plus feed, somebody else mentioned his video or something, and that's how I found him. But this guy named his video "Seattle, we're coming for you, Seahawks," or something like that. We're coming for you, Minnesota. And so I'm like, okay, we got some Minnesota fan action. And I play this dude's video, and if this is not the worst TTC video I've ever seen. I have seen, now I'm okay with sampling. I'm okay with you know, using shit that you found elsewhere. I mean, it's all part of the production process, right? We all do it. Most of us do it anyway. But this dude made a fucking, what was it, 4 minutes or 7 minute long video? However long it was too long, of just memes and made up pictures and made up memes against the Seahawks, about how the Seahawks suck, and about how are we mad, bro, about Percy Harvin being injured Percy Harvin being injured all year, and thanks for the draft picks, and no matter what, the Seahawks still suck, and Seahawks win the Super Bowl, said no one ever. It was just like 5 minutes of nonsense. That's what it was. It was 5 minutes of nonsense. Like, oh, did he really just sit there and make this video just searching the internet for, you know, Seahawk memes just to fucking make them in a video, and pictures of the Seahawks, and some of the pictures didn't even make sense. Like a Seahawk with a Viking hat on it, and I don't know, man. He was just, it was the weirdest video I ever seen. And I'm like, bro, nothing he used in his video was his. You gotta put something of your own in the video. Not one single thing in the video was his. Not his voice, not his pictures, not his memes, not his music. Nothing was yours, bro. Did you use somebody else's computer to make it too? I mean, come on, man. You gotta come a little stronger than that. So then I watched one of his previous video on them beating Minnesota or something like that. And this dude he's talking into the computer, into the microphone, like he's trying to be quiet because he's using his mom's computer and doesn't want her to find out. Sitting there whispering to the phone, and he's whispering to the phone, and whispering to the computer, excuse me, and he's reading off of the list off of the screen. Like, he's not making his own commentary on what he sees or what he feels or what he knows or what he thinks he knows. He's just reading shit off the screen and doing a very poor job at it at that. Stario84, man, you need some help. You need to, I don't know, probably, well, step your game up for one, because you're gonna come at the 12th man like that, bro. You're gonna get destroyed. This is only the beginning. This is just a preliminary. I don't know what's gonna happen if 24/7 gets a hold of your video. Hawk's Nest, especially 24/7. For Seahawk night, oh man, you're gonna get you're about to get ripped on, bro. I'm gonna see you to it. Just because you went ahead and made that whack ass video with all these Seahawk memes, that was just, I mean, the video was, it's not a good video, man. It wasn't a good video. And, you know, Seahawks were coming for you. You might have barked up the wrong tree, bro. Seahawks were coming for you. Anyway, that's all I got here from my quick little Wednesday morning activity. I gotta go to work. All right, back end master. All right, y'all. I will see y'all on the hate week video. Go Hawks. Fuck the Vikings.